next we are dealing with the structure of the flower. Let us take the definition of the flower. What is the flower? Flower definition. It is a condensed, modified shoot meant for sexual reproduction in plants. Okay, as in the previous lecture we have discussed about the flower, that is the condensed part. एक छोटा सा शूट का पार्ट अपना क्या कर रहा है, कंडेंस कर रहा है, and they are converting into the flower one. A small part of the shoot, this is the stem or shoot is there, it is going to be condensed and they are formed into the bud, and that bud later get developed into the flower one. Part of the plant, that is the shoot, get modified in cell and forming into the flower, and the onset of flower is the mark of beginning of reproductive system. यहाँ से क्या हो रहा है, रिप्रोडक्शन एक्चुअल प्लांट्स का स्टार्ट हो रहा है by the flower. And we have discussed in the 11th standard about the somehow the structure of the flower one. What is the structure of typical flower? Basically, this flower is having the one structure which is called as a base, and that base is called as the stalk one. Basic part of the flower, where the flower attaches to the stem, that part is called as the stalk one. That part is called as a stalk, and the stalk is called as a pedicel. The pedicel, where the flower is attached to the flower or stem attachment रहता है, that is called as a pedicel. Not necessary that all the flowers are having the stalk one. Some of the flower does not contain any stalk. That kind of flowers are called as a non-pedicellate. और जिन flowers के पास pedicel present रहता है, that flowers are called as a pedicellate flower. And some of the flowers they don't contain the pedicellate. These kinds of flowers are called as a non-pedicellate, and in the biological language, these flowers are called as a sessile flowers. So the flowers which are having the pedicel, that is called as a pedicellate flowers, and the flowers which don't have the pedicel is called as a non-pedicellate or sessile kind of flowers. So what is the main role of these pedicels? These pedicels are stalk that attaches to the main stem. So the flowers is obtaining the nutrients from the these stalk. So these stalk help in transfer of water and nutrient to the main flower or flower bud. Next to this one, another thing about these stalk, it helps in the attachment of the whole floral whorls to the stem one. It will help in the transfer and attachment of the whole whorl towards the main stem. मेन स्टेम का अटैचमेंट के लिए स्टॉक जरूरी है, और स्टॉक हेल्प करता है फॉर द ट्रांसफर ऑफ द मिनरल्स एंड वाटर टुवर्ड्स द फ्लोरल whorls. Next to this one is called as a thalamus one. Above the stalk one, there is one structure which is called as a thalamus. Thalamus is somehow the disc shape is there. In some flowers, the thalamus is of conical in shape, and sometimes it is about the cup shape is there, and sometimes it is a fused one. So depending upon the structure of the thalamus, the flowers are get classified as epigynous, hypogynous, and perigynous. We have already discussed about the type of the flowers according to the structure of thalamus in the 11th standard. The thalamus is the part where all the floral whorls are arranged. These are the floral whorls which are arranged on the structure which is called as a thalamus. So this thalamus will give the support to the whole floral whorls for the attachment to it. So around this thalamus, all the floral whorls are arranged. Consider this one is thalamus. Around that thalamus, all the floral whorls are arranged, and this thalamus form the base for the attachment of all the whorls, and it is attached to the stalk one. So basically, what is the role? It helps in a attachment. It helps in attachment of whorls. That is called as a floral whorls. So, what is the floral whorls? The floral whorls are divided into the two types depending upon their functions. The floral whorls which helps in a reproduction, these are called as essential whorls or reproductive whorls. The whorls which are not help in a reproduction, these are called as accessory whorls. So depending upon their function, these floral whorls are divided into the two types. Floral whorls. The first one is called as an accessory, or is also called as a non-essential whorl, and the second whorl is called as a essential or reproductive whorls. So we have the two types of whorls, floral whorls and essential whorls. So accessory whorls and essential whorls. So what are the accessory whorls? We have the two accessory whorls, that is the calyx, and the second accessory whorls is the corolla one. Next is the essential whorl is the androecium, which is called as the male part, and the fourth one is the gynoecium. It is called as the female part. So we have basically four whorls are there: calyx, corolla, androecium and gynoecium. So calyx and corolla are taken inside the accessory whorls. They do not directly take part inside the in the reproduction. That's why they are called as accessory whorls. But in the reproduction, the two main parts are there. Two main whorls are there. These whorls are called as androecium and gynoecium. They are directly involved in the sexual reproduction. That's why they are called as an essential whorl. Let us take a look of all these whorls inside this diagram. So here, in this one, this is the anther, and this tubular structure which is attached to the thalamus is called as a filament. Anther. Now, the next one is the accessory whorl. We have seen the floral whorls of two types, accessory whorls and essential whorls. Let us take one by one. The first one, which is called as a calyx one. The calyx, as we have studied in the 11th standard, that calyx is the outermost whorl. Outermost whorl. Basically, when the flowers are present in a bud condition, this calyx protects the inner whorls of the flower. It protects the inner whorls. जब फ्लावर बड कंडीशन में रहता है तो क्या करता है, कैलिक्स जो है ऊपर का कवर उसको प्रोटेक्ट करता है. दैट कैलिक्स इज हियर, दिस इज द कैलिक्स. इट इज द आउटर मोस्ट वॉल. इट इज अटैचेड टू द थैलामस रीजन, एंड दिस कैलिक्स विल प्रोटेक्ट द फ्लावर व्हेन द फ्लावर इज इन अ बड कंडीशन. जब कली रहती है, कली के ऊपर जो कवरिंग रहती है, दैट इज कॉल्ड एज अ कैलिक्स वन. दिस कैलिक्स इज ग्रीन इन कलर. किस तरह का रहता है? ग्रीन इन कलर. So that is the help in a photosynthesis. So basic function क्या है इसके? About the photosynthesis. The another function, it protects the inner whorls. So these are the two basic role of the calyx one. And members of calyx are called as the sepals. The members of calyx are called as the sepals, and we have studied in the 11th standard these calyx or sepals, somehow they are fused to one another, or some are the free from each other. When these calyx are fused to one another, these are called as the gamocephalous, and when they are free from each other, they are called as the polycephalous. So here we have the two condition, that is the polycephalus. The second condition is called as the gamocephalus. These are the two conditions. Next to this one is the corolla is there. The corolla is the inner to the calyx one. This is the corolla, which is the color in nature. This is the corolla. इसको हम डे टू डे लैंग्वेज में बोलते हैं पंखुड़ी. Corolla is the inner to the calyx one. And sometimes the corolla are the color in nature. जो पंखुड़ी रहती है, some they are showing the colors. They are also the fleshy in nature. They are having the odor, fragrance, इसको smell भी रहती है. Why the odor, color, smell and bright color in nature? Because to attract the insects and birds for the pollination. Insects और birds क्या करते हैं? Attract करते हैं for the pollination one. So they help in the pollination one. Pollinating agent के attract करने के लिए इन corollas में fragrance रहता है, color रहता है. But all the corollas are not having the fragrance and colors. The flowers which are pollinated by the wind and air. जिन plants में pollination होता है wind और air के through. These plants are having the flowers with the corolla, that is the colorless one. They don't show the fragrance, color, bright colors, because they don't have to attract the birds and insects as a pollinating agent. That's why they don't have the colors and fragrance. तो जिनमें कलर्स और फ्रेगनेंस प्रेजेंट रहते हैं वो पॉलिनेशन में हेल्प करते हैं, अट्रैक्ट करते हैं करोला को. So they are spending too much of energy for the sexual reproduction. So here the corolla pollination में help करेगा. It is having a smell and odor one. Next to this one, the members of corolla is called as the petals one. जिस तरह से members of calyx को हम लोग sepals बोलते हैं, उसी तरह से members of corollas are called as the petals one. Again, यहाँ पे भी दो condition है, when they are fused and when they are free. When they are free, they are called as the polypetalous. When they are fused, they are called as the gamopetalous. The same conditions will be there in the corolla one. Next to this one is the essential whorls. Why they are called as essential whorls or reproductive whorls? Because these essential whorls and reproductive whorls helps in the reproduction. They directly take part in the reproduction. That's why they are called as essential whorls. One of the whorls is called as a male part. That is called as a androecium. So this is called as a androecium. We have seen the androecium. Androecium is nothing but the anther and filament. So androecium basically consists of the two parts. And the members of androeciums are called as the stamens one. Members of androecium को हम लोग क्या बोलते हैं? Stamen. And basically it contains the two parts. The upper part is the fertile in nature. It is the bilobe thick part, and that part is called as the anther. Okay, and this anther is having the one tubular structure, which is the unfertile and sterile in nature. This is called as a filament. This filaments attaches to the thalamus region. So stamens have two parts, which is the fertile one, anther. Later get developed into the male gametes. And the second part, it is called as a filament. It is the sterile part. You don't take part in the reproduction one. So these are the two parts. And the members of the androecium is called as the stamens. Likewise, the gynoecium. The members of gynoecium is called as the carpel, or it is also called as a pistil. The members of gynoecium, carpel or pistil is there. So what is the basic structure of gynoecium? Gynoecium consists of three parts. That is the style, stigma. This is the stigma. This one is the style, and this one is the ovary one. So style basically receives the male gamete during the pollination. Sorry, stigma receives the male gamete during the pollination. According to the different plants, the stigmas are of different consistency. Next to this one, style. Style is the tubular in structure, which ends with a bulgy structure called as the ovary one. And that ovary contains the ovules. Ovary में क्या रहते हैं? Ovules are present inside the ovary. That ovules, after the development, get converting into the seeds, and the ovary get converted into the fruits one. So here that ovary contain the ovules, and ovules are having the egg one. Egg, that is called as a female gamete. So male gamete which is coming from via the pollination lands on the stigma, and through the style it goes inside the ovary, and ovary which contains female gamete. This male gamete and female gamete fuses together and forms a zygote. That zygote will ultimately get developed into the embryo, and embryo will form the seeds, and that these ovules get converted into the seeds, and ovary get converted into the fruits one. So this is the thing about the androecium and gynoecium. One more thing is that in the calyx and corolla, when the calyx and corolla are not get differentiated from each other, this kind of a condition is called as a perianth one. This kind of a condition is called as a perianth one, and the members of perianth is called as a tepals. We have studied in the 11th standard. We cannot differentiate between the calyx and corolla. दोनों fused रहते हैं, and that condition is called as a perianth or tepals. Next to this one, when all the floral bolls are present inside the one flower, that flower is called as a typical or complete flower. Where all the floral bolls are present, जिसमें सभी floral bolls क्या रहते हैं, present रहते हैं, that kind of a flower is called as a typical flower. 4 bolls are present. तो कोई एक ball absent है, only 3 bolls are present, either of the 4 one, that is called as a incomplete flower. Incomplete flower. And if the flower is having the both male and the female part, that flower is called male and female part, that is androecium and gynoecium. That kind of a flower is called as the bisexual flower. इसी को हम लोग बोलते हैं hermaphrodite. This is called as a hermaphrodite or bisexual kind of a flower. If the flower contains only male part, that is called as a staminate flower. उसमें सिर्फ androecium present रहेगा, that is the male part. Only male part is present. Sometimes what happens? Some flowers contain the only gynoecium. Gynoecium, that is the only female part is present. That kind of a flowers are called as a pistillate or carpellate flower. Pistillate or carpellate flower. If the flowers contain, अगर किसी फ्लावर के पास स्टैमिनेट फ्लावर भी नहीं है और कार्पेलेट फ्लावर भी नहीं है, यानी मेल फ्लावर भी नहीं है, फीमेल फ्लावर भी नहीं है, मीन्स essential, they lack the essential role, that is the androecium and gynoecium. That kind of a flowers are called as a neuter flowers. These are called as a neuter flowers, not having the essential roles. So this is the whole thing about the structure of the flower, and later we will discuss about how these flowers help in the sexual reproduction, that is called as a microsporogenesis.